back to SkywayTj, everyone. And yes, your favorite series on this channel, 100%. I am going to be reviewing everything I platinumed and watched in the month of August 2024. This is the Letterboxd wrap-up. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's get into it. As always, we're going to go platinums first just because this is a movie channel and the video games are kind of like a side project of mine, but I still like to mention them because it is my other passion project to the quest to reach 100 platinums by the end of this year. And the first one I platinumed this month was Grand Theft Auto 5. Felt so good to get that platinum. I've been playing GTA 5 since it released in 2013, and I finally got the platinum trophy in it, and I made a whole video on it. You can watch it if you want. It's on the channel. I was very proud of that one. I then did Aerial Knights Never Yield, which is just this little, it's just this little indie game where you run. It's like a side scroller type thing where you just run and jump over things and slide under them. It's a very fun indie game. It looks fun. I watched it on one of those platinum challenge videos that all these content creators make, and it looked fun. So I did it myself, and there was just one frustrating trophy, but overall, very fun. I then got the platinum in Virginia, which is a horror game. It's not really a horror game. You're playing as an FBI detective. You just go around. If you follow a guide, you just get the collectibles very easy. You're trying to solve a case of a missing kid, and over the course of the story, you get this like mystery going on. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's one of those games that I've always wanted to play. It's been in the backlog for a while, and I finally platinumed it. And then the last platinum I got in August was this game called Bunny Raiders. Pretty much all these platinum hunters on YouTube have trophies they're ashamed of, and one of the ones that comes up a lot is Bunny Raiders. This is a roguelike where you run around in different rooms and fight enemies. It's a free game, so I didn't pay any money for this. It's an easy platinum. But yeah, it was made by PETA. It's like an anti-violence against animals type shit, but PETA's awful. So, you know, regardless, I got the platinum, and it's kind of embarrassing, but, you know, move over, Hades. The real roguelike is here. Okay? At the month of August, I watched a fuck ton of movies, so we're going to try to get through these as quickly as possible. The first movie I watched in August was Trap. Trap is M. Night Shyamalan's newest thriller, horror type aspect. I feel like M. Night's movies are all thrillers, but he just kind of gets thrown into the horror catalog at this point, which is whatever. But anyway, Trap, I'm sure you've seen the trailers for it. A man and his daughter go to a kind of like a Taylor Swift concert type atmosphere, and it's actually a trap for the killer, who is the main character. He is the dad, and the concert's a trap, and he's trying to find ways to get out of it because he's like this mass murderer, serial killer type shit. It's fucking crazy. The ending I wasn't expecting at all. You gotta kind of turn your brain off to, you know, fathom that this movie can even happen, but I think it's fun. It's a decent time. Quickly here, I'll just mention that I watched the rest of the Alien franchise in August, so I went through Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Alien vs. Predator, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, Prometheus, Covenant, and then I watched the newest one, Romulus, all in August. I'm not going to go through them again here. I made an entire video and ranking on the Alien franchise. You can watch it if you want. They are fantastic. Alien has become one of my favorite horror franchises, sci-fi franchises, whatever you want to call it. Recently, I think most of the movies are pretty damn good. And if anything, they're all very creepy. And the Xenomorph is one of the best designed horror creatures in history. So yeah, I just wanted to throw in that I watched all of the Alien movies. I'm finally done with all of them. And it was a journey, and I really, really, really like Romulus. It's out right now. It's probably one of the best movies of the year. I also decided to go through all of the Predator movies this month because I wanted to... I know Alien and Predator aren't, like, solely bound together, but they're made by the same production studio, and they're also, you know, they've had crossovers before. So before Romulus came out, I tried to watch all the Predator movies. I failed, but I did get through them all eventually in the month of August, so I watched Predator, which was fantastic. It took this, you just go in there thinking it's going to be like this buff asshole movie where these military dudes just do an action thing, but it turns into this fucking scary slasher horror type shit with Arnold Schwarzenegger having that final battle with the Predator. It's very good. I understand why it spawned a lot of these sequels, even if they're not that great. Predator 2 switches out the jungle atmosphere for a city. I think it's New York. I'm not 100%, I remember, but they're in the city and they're hunting down, instead of hunting down these commandos in the jungle, he's hunting down like gang members and shit. Predator 2 is a weird one in the franchise. I think it's okay. It's not my favorite, for sure. Definitely not my favorite. I've already talked about both the Alien vs. Predators movies in that previous video, but yeah, those Alien vs. Predators is pretty good. Requiem's dog shit. Predators, which is the third like solo movie in the Predator franchise, came out in like 2010. I like that one. I think Predators is fun. It takes this like group of like hunters, or like the predators of their worlds, where they're like mercenaries and shit, and throws them on an alien planet, and they're being hunted down by predators, and there's like new variations of predators. I think that movie slaps. It has its problems, obviously, but I think that one is fun as fuck. I like that one. The Predator, however, from 2018, 2019, one of them. That one is fucking crazy. None of the characters feel like they're real. They use kids on the spectrum as a plot device, and they're like, they do this like weird like movie autism type representation that I fucking hated. And I don't know, even the Predators in that one kind of blow. There's some cool kills, but the Predator is a mess, man. It's just... Then I finished up the Predator franchise with Prey, which came out on Hulu, I think last year or the year before. Prey fucking rules, man. It's so fucking good. It's a prequel to the entire Predator franchise, and it takes place with this this Native American tribe as they, you know, as you guessed it, a predator comes down and is hunting them and shit. It's so fucking good. The kills in it are so good. There's a bit wonky CGI, but if you just put that out of your mind or whatever, it's so fucking good. If you haven't seen Prey, you should watch Prey. And that leads me to my next point. The Predator ranking is coming next week. So yeah, they're fresh in my mind. I'm just gonna make a quick ranking on it. It's the start of the spooky season, ranking all these horror franchises. Predators first next week. Get ready. Also this month, I watched War Dogs. This is a movie that apparently happened in real life about these two dudes who are they're like gun sellers or some shit. Basically, there's these like contracts that to get weapons to our troops, but the government couldn't fund it or so. I don't fucking know. I don't even remember the full details of it. Jonah Hill's in it and Miles Teller. I think, yeah, it's Miles Teller. It was an okay time. It's not my favorite movie. It's not that memorable to me, but it was fun for what it was, you know? Next up was Cuckoo. This is the new Hunter Schafer and Dan Stevens horror movie that came out this year. Really like this one. It takes place in Germany. There's this girl, Hunter Schafer plays a girl in a mixed family, or a blended family, who they go to this resort, they move there, and there's like some weird shit happening. And throughout the movie, you find out that Dan Stevens is a fucking weirdo, and he's trying to do some shit. It feels like some eugenics type shit. It's weird. It's so good. It's one of those movies that it's just kind of a mind fuck. It's probably one of the best horror movies this year. I fucking love Cuckoo. Unfortunately, this month I also saw Borderlands. I actually just beat the first Borderlands game, and I really liked it. That was after I watched the movie, because we watched the movie and my friends were like, let's play Borderlands to see what it's like. And yeah, I can understand why they were disappointed in the adaptation. It's not great. It's trying to way too hard to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, but you don't care about any of the characters in Borderlands, so by the end of it, you're just like, okay, whatever. Like, they don't really pace it very well. It's a lot of, I don't know. It's just messy and not great, and a pretty bad video game adaptation. And it probably came out way too late, because Borderlands is kind of past its prime, kinda. So I don't know. It was bad. My friends who have played the game are more into the series hated it more than me, but overall, I can understand why it's pretty bad. I then watched Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Fantastic. I am so mad I never watched Sweeney Todd before. Tim Burton continues to prove why. He's one of my favorite directors. I'm going to see Beetlejuice tonight, which is very exciting. But yeah, Sweeney Todd, excellent time. Helena Bonham Carter, I do have a crush on you even when you look like a corpse. I'll leave it at that. It's a great movie. 10 out of 10. The music was stuck in my head the whole week. I watched The Crow from 1994. This movie is unapologetically metal as hell. The soundtrack goes fucking hard. It's corny in a good way, if that makes sense. I really like the story of The Crow and how it's a love story, and it's so good. And I watched that because, of course, there was a a Crow coming out this year with Bill Skarsgård, and we're going to talk about that next. So the Crow that came out this year does not understand its source material at all. It just doesn't understand what the Crow is supposed to be, and the Crow we got this year feels like a CW project. It's bad. It's like it's trying way too hard to be edgy, and I don't believe that the characters are in love at all. It's just bad in almost every shape of the word. I hated it. There's one cool sequence at the end with a lot of action and gore. That was fun. I love that part. The rest of it, decided to watch Bottle Rocket to get my shoes dipped into Wes Anderson's work because I've only ever seen Fantastic Mr. Fox and I Love Dogs. This is Bottle Rocket, was his first movie, and it fucking rips. It's not like the best movie I've ever seen, but the ending heist or whatever made me cackle so much. Great movie. I'm very interested to watch more of Wes Anderson. I love Bottle Rocket. And the last movie I watched in August was Afraid. Blumhouse surely came back from Night Swim and Imaginary, right? No! Afraid is... Man, Afraid is just AI is bad, the movie, which is fine. AI is going to destroy us all. I get that. I understand that AI is probably going to be the downfall of humanity. But, like, the movie just doesn't have... It's just trying to say something, and nothing really connects. It's just lazy. It's lazy writing. There's literally not an ending to this movie. Like, it just feels incomplete. It's just bad. Like, Blumhouse, you have one more movie this year with Speak No Evil. Sick of seeing the trailer, but I hope the movie is good because I'm tired, Blumhouse. You used to be a titan of the horror industry. What has happened to you? Are you okay? Please try. Well, guys, that was everything I played and watched in the month of August 2024. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please drop like, subscribe for more. I make videos every single week. We are starting next week. Starts the 2 months long horror spooky spectacular. I'm going to be ranking very iconic franchises like Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Predator, Evil Dead, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw. All that good stuff is coming. I'm very excited. I've always wanted to rank these series, but it never felt like the right time. And since we're entering spooky season, I'm just going to do rankings for 2 months straight, and it's going to be goated. I'm very excited. Follow me on all the things. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.